Today I'm going to talk about why the contrast or the challenges are actually the most helpful thing. They are actually the things which help us to grow. In my own life, I have met people who have had very easy lives, and essentially, although they've been happy on one level, they've not really been able to share or give much back. On the other hand, those who've really suffered, or those who've had challenging times and have really come through it, those are the ones who have opened their doors to me and been the most helpful, greatest teachers in my life. The great meditation teacher Ajahn Chah once gave an analogy when he was talking about the difference between the Thai monks and the Western monks. Ajahn Chah lived in Thailand and had a forest monastery there, and he had both Thai monks and Western monks living in the monasteries. And he used to say that Thai monks had very simple lives, and their lives were a bit like a small thatched hut with one room in them. He said it was very easy for them to clean it, and yet once it was clean, it wasn't that easy to accommodate many people within this hut. What he was essentially saying was that although they didn't have much suffering in their lives, they had food to eat and parents loved them, it was quite a simple life, but essentially they were very happy beings. He said although that was the case, they weren't able to relate to others as well. He then was talking about the Western monks. He says, well, the Western monks are a bit like a big old mansion with lots and lots of old rooms with lots and lots of junk. And he says it takes ages to clear through this old mansion and clear out the rooms of all the old junk. And he said, you go through and you clean out the junk one room at a time, and then gradually it becomes more livable. But he was saying once you've cleaned all these rooms out, you've done the practice, you've done the work, suddenly you're able to accommodate and you're able to welcome into your house so many more people. You're able to relate to so many poor people. And my understanding of that teaching is that for Westerners, because they'd had so much suffering, because they'd had quite challenging lives, not necessarily externally but internally, the psychological challenges, that they had all of this baggage in all of these rooms. Yet through their inner reflection, their meditation, their work, the work that people do who watch these videos, they were able to clear up these rooms. So that when someone came along with a problem, they were then able to accommodate them, to connect with them, to understand them because of what they had been through. I thought that was a lovely little analogy, and that's basically my understanding of a lot of Western people, is that a lot of us, a lot of people have anxiety, stress, we have this disorder or that disorder, and we can see it as a bad thing. And yet, using the analogy of Ajahn Chah, when we do the work, when we clean up the rooms, we then are able to relate and help so many different people. If you look at some of the greatest teachers out there, they are the ones who have been through the greatest struggles. The meditation teacher Ajahn Brahmawamso, who was one of Ajahn Chah's disciples, said that Ajahn Chah must have had a real load of suffering in his life because he was such a great teacher. And he was able to relate to so many people. So that's the same with you. You essentially have this household, this big mansion with lots of room in it. Lots of rooms. And your work, our work, is to keep cleaning, to keep clearing out the debris. You know, when we think we've done it, we find there's another room. When we think we've sorted it all out, we find that there's the attic to do or the cellars to do. My understanding is that we just keep working. We keep on clearing, cleaning. In the teachings of Abraham, they call it contrast, the challenges. And those challenges are part of human existence. If we didn't have those challenges, then, according to Abraham, well, we wouldn't be on this earthly plane anymore. We would be spirit. We'd return to source energy. So the challenges help us to grow, because when we are in those challenges, thank you, I've just been hit on the head by some snow. When we're in those challenges, there are at those points that we ask the questions, you know, what do I want? Someone's being nasty to me. Well, I'd really love them to be nice to me. I'd like people to be nice to me. So those contrasts are really, really important for us to grow. They are like the rooms. They are like, well, how do I want this room? Okay, I'm very angry. Oh, I'd like to be very compassionate. I'd like to have lots of courage to deal with my anger and turn it into passion. To be passionate about things rather than anger. So we have a passionate room. So to see that, yeah, the challenges are part of being human, and yet the challenges are also what make us grow. So if a challenge comes up, go, yes, great. This is another chance to clear another room. To be able to be of service to others. If someone's got a problem or a challenge, then it's like, oh yeah, I've dealt with that. I've cleaned that room out. Well, you can go and stay in that room for a little while. That's my room of knowledge, or my passion, or my whatever it is. So to see our challenges as a gift. They are a gift for opening our hearts even further, to awaken, to enlighten, to illuminate ourselves. So, just a simple reflection that our contrast is our greatest gift. So if you're in contrast at the moment, great. Ask the question, so what do I want? And how can I clean this this room up? What can I do? Is it to meditate? Is it to go for a walk? Is it to do some EFT tapping? Is it whatever it is? Let me do the work. Let me clear this out so that, I can move forward and really be of service. May you be well.